Hi, I'm Dr. Peter Vajda. A short introduction, and I'll be back in a couple of minutes. So that's our question. Why do talented leaders, talented managers, and talented self fail so often? Over the past number of years, I've had the opportunity to speak with a number of HR professionals and leaders and managers, and those individuals we would consider to be talent themselves. And I want to share with you some perspectives and thoughts that I came up with respect to why talent fails so often in the workplace. So what I'm going to share with you is not truth with a capital T. I'm just going to share with you what I know to be true for me, and maybe ask you to chew on this food for thought and see what it's like to consider talent and your relationship to talent from some of the perspectives I'm going to share with you. So in spite of the incredible number of talent management models that are out there, and in spite of the incredible number of talent software packages that are out there, the reality is that talented managers, talented leaders, and talented self is still failing. And the question is why? So as I said at the outset, there's a great deal of information in the internet with respect to why folks are failing. The American Management Association has devoted a number of articles and books and podcasts and so on to why talent is failing. And the Society of Human Resource Management equally is devoting time and effort and energy to exploring why talent is failing. So my first thought, my first perspective is this, that the vast number, probably all, of the talent management software packages and the recruitment packages that measure talent don't or are unable or unwilling to measure the aspect of heart. None of these instruments measures heart. It might be soft for some, too spiritual, non-quantifiable, etc., etc. But we all know that we've heard instances where somebody has said, his heart isn't in it. Her heart isn't in it. And the bottom line is that heart is not about intellect. It's not about knowledge, cognitive capacity. Heart is about purpose and why we're on the planet. And none of these instruments measures purpose. So it's really not surprising that from time to time we find a talented person who doesn't succeed because their heart isn't in it. When I speak to conferences and associations, I always say this, that there are two of you in this room in the same profession, doing the same work, with the same kind of clients, internal or external, in the same type of physical space, in the same type of culture. One of you absolutely loves it, and the other one can't stand to get out of bed in the morning. The difference is not intellect, talent, cognitive capacity. The difference is heart. And what do we mean by heart? What do we know about heart? So take a few minutes and watch the video. I'll be silent. And reflect on the notions, the ideas, the concepts that follow with respect to our heart isn't in it and what do we know about heart. And pause the video from time to time and just check yourself out. What are you feeling? How are you doing in your body, your breath, your heart rate? What emotions are you experiencing? What sensations in your body are you experiencing? Just to be clear on, is anything coming up for you as you read these notions about heart? So I'll see you on the other end. Take your time, stop and pause and reflect, and I'll see you in a little bit. So for me, heart and purpose are directly intertwined. Everyone's born with a purpose. It's in our heart when we're born. Purpose is not mental, it's not cognitive, it's not logical, it's not intellectual. As I said, when we're born with a purpose. What often happens, though, is in the process of growing up, we lose sight of this purpose because of influences of our primary caregivers, then our friends, extended family, teachers, clergy, and that kind of thing. And we lose sight of why we're on the planet. That's the question also that heart and purpose answer. Why am I on the planet? So what I want to do now is to show to you how I define purpose, what are the qualities and characteristics of purpose, and then again we'll take it up on the other side. So there are some definitions and qualities, characteristics of purpose. When I talk to these groups and I talk about the two individuals who are doing the same job, but one loves it, the other hates to get up in the morning. The difference is the energy that those individuals bring to their job, bring to their work, bring to their careers. The person who is on purpose comes to work with an enthusiasm, a drive, an intention, an energy that's much different from the person who comes to the same job but they hate it because it's not purposeful for them. And that's an important distinction. Nobody is put on this earth to be a project manager. Nobody is put on this earth to be a human resource person. Nobody is put on this earth to be a real estate person, an IT person, a teacher, etc. But we can live our purpose through our work as an IT person, a real estate person, a financial planner, etc. And that's the difference. The difference is the energy that we bring to our job. The individual who comes to the work on purpose does not see challenges as insurmountable. They have the energy, the intentionality, the drive, the desire to strive to move through their challenges. On the other hand, the person who just has a job that's not purposeful sees challenges as Sisyphus saw challenges, this huge rock on his back trying to move up a hill. And it's impossible. It's frustrating. And the difference is energy. When we're on purpose, we have a different energy than when we're not on purpose. And that's an important distinction to understand. So when you say to one of your employees or to a colleague, I don't understand why he's not producing. He's got all this talent. She has all this talent. You may have all that talent, but if it's not purposeful in your life, if it's not doing what's in your heart, you're not going to show up in the same way that the person who's on purpose is going to show up. And that's an important distinction to understand. This is why in my work coaching clients, in my coaching process, our first session is always a purpose session to discover why we're on the planet. We never create a purpose. As I said, it's there when we're born. But the process includes a session on discovering what our purpose is. I could go more into that, but that's not the purpose of this video. That's another video. So then you might ask, what about passion? I hear a lot about passion. Doesn't a passion account for something? Doesn't passion account for success and intentionality and liking what you do? And the short answer is no. Many of these software packages say they assess passion, but passion without purpose is a futile exercise. Having a lot of passion but no purpose is like being all dressed up and having no place to go. When Tony Robbins first began his career work, he was all about motivation. And folks would spend a day or a weekend or a week at one of his retreats, one of his events. They'd come home all charged up, energized, excited, passionate. At 9 o'clock in the morning, they'd open the front door and say, now what? What do I do with all this energy? And that's why passion without purpose is not sustainable, not in the long term. It might be like enthusiasm, which is a short burst of energy, but again, it's not sustainable. Passion without purpose is like being all dressed up and having no place to go. Many of these tools mistake the notion that passion is a direct corollary to success, and it's not. Passion can be related to performance, but it also needs to be combined with purpose, the key ingredient for it to truly lead to success. Lacking this connection is why many talented and passionate leaders, managers, and employees are frustrated, lost, unsuccessful, and failing. So, what are some of the things we know about talent? First, talent is overrated when evaluating what is required to be successful. Secondly, talent is often about performance, not achievement or success. And third, talented, even passionate people often feel frustrated, unfulfilled, depressed, lost, and unsuccessful. Talent is but one ingredient of success. So essentially, there are two reasons why talent will fail. The first reason or first cause is internal, and the second is external. And we already looked at the internal causes for failure, that there's a lack of passion, there's a lack of purpose. And with lack of passion, lack of purpose, there's a failure to engage, to commit, to buy in, and all of that. And that's often one of the reasons why talent leaves. The second cause why talent leaves is external. That is behaviors that are manifested by you as an HR person, as a leader, a manager, or your organization. Almost invite and suggest to talent that you want them to leave. You're not acknowledging them, you're not recognizing them, you don't seem committed to them, you don't seem to care about them. And these 9 behaviors are manifestations of those uncaring kinds of behaviors. And when talent feels that they're uncared for, they're not seen, they're not recognized, they're not acknowledged, chances are they're not going to stay around very long. And if they do, they're going to be disgruntled, they're going to be frustrated, they won't be happy campers in your organization. So I'm going to be quiet for a couple of minutes, and you can look through these 9 behaviors and just see what you see. Feel what you feel when these come up. And I'll see you again on the other end. So these 9 behaviors or perspectives are another way of tugging on your sleeve so that you can ask yourself as an HR manager, an HR employee, a leader, a manager, how am I contributing to my talents feeling unhappy, unappreciated, unseen, uncared for? Rather than be quick to point and blame the talent that they don't have the same energy, the same drive, the same desire, the same joie de vivre they had during the initial interview. What's going on between your organization, your team, your company, and the talent? How are you being? How are you doing? What are you saying? What are you not doing? What are you not saying? That sort of communicates to talent. We don't see you. We don't recognize you. We don't appreciate you. We don't care for you. And that's one of the first questions to ask when there seems to be a divide occurring, growing between you and talent. How am I? How are we contributing to this divide? So thank you for watching this video. I hope some of this information will resonate with you. I would ask you to share this video with others with whom you think it might resonate. And I wish you well on your journey. Thanks again for watching, and take good care.